Hey guys, this is Jester Bell with a comic book review. Not a new comic, it's an older comic. I believe it came out in the late 80s. It was a part of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. I know it's going to be backwards, or maybe it won't be. I'm new to this. But it's a part of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. It's a story called Going Sane, and it's supposed to be a Joker story, and it's one of the more well-regarded Joker stories I've been told, though a lot of people have just forgotten about this one. And getting into it, I can kind of see why. I'm a major Joker fan. He's one of my two favorite comic book characters of all time, and one of the big reasons I got into DC. So I really wanted to read another one of his supposed great stories. Now, I kind of had a problem going into this because I thought this was an Elseworld story. Basically, the plot of the book is that Joker is in a fight with Batman, and Joker thinks he has killed Batman, and because he thinks that Batman is dead and there's no more reason to fight, he goes sane. And so there's basically two issues that really focus on him, and then he becomes more of a subplot, and then two issues that focus on Batman. And meanwhile, Batman, of course, is not dead, and he gets picked up by this woman who takes care of him. And Batman's story is about how he's just started being Batman, and so now he's trying to pick himself up and get on track and get into the mood. Do I really want to be Batman for however many decades it takes to save Gotham? Is it really worth it? And Joker's story, when he goes sane, is about how he meets a woman who likes everything he likes. This alter ego of the Joker, who's called Joseph Kerr. Get it? Joseph Kerr, Joker. And he meets this woman who likes everything he likes, and she makes him feel like he can have a job and have a normal life. And they plan to get married. And of course, the problem is Batman is still alive, so when the Joker meets Batman again, the entire cycle of their rivalry is just going to start again. So, like I said, I thought that this was going to be an Elseworld story, in which I'm completely fine if they reveal that he is a good guy or a calm guy underneath all the craziness, and that he could change. But I have a problem because this is supposed to be in continuity, and I didn't know that, and so it kind of blew up my sensibilities about the Joker's character. I do believe that he's probably actually sane underneath all of the craziness and the murder, but I don't want them to tell me, I don't want them to confirm to me, yes, this is the way he is, if only Batman wasn't there. I also have a problem with the logic of this story, where it assumes that as soon as Batman's gone, the Joker can just decide to go back to normal, and they never show us much of the process. It just links everything that the Joker is to Batman, and I think that's interesting because I love the Batman-Joker relationship and how obsessed the Joker is with Batman, but I just think it made it way too simple for him to go back to normal. I thought the woman who the Joker becomes engaged to is named Rebecca, and I thought I was going to be interested by that, but unfortunately the second issue is just word box after word box of them gushing over each other about how much they love each other and how much they mean to each other, and it never shows it develop. And to be fair, and it acknowledges this in the story, there isn't really enough time, but the rule is show don't tell, and I can't really be invested or in their relationship that much if you're just telling me how much they care about each other without showing us. And it doesn't show us as much as tell us. And the other thing is, it's just a little bit too much for me. Again, this would be fine if it was an Elseworld story, but it's too much for me with the Joker with such a violent character. Oh, hi, Poppy. He's such a violent character. I just can't imagine him being in such a romanticized relationship with this woman all of a sudden. And so, I'd say I like Joker's portion of the story because of some of the observations it makes about his character and Batman's character and their relationship, but I ended up having a lot more problems with who they think the Joker is underneath all that, and how easy it would be for him to change, and what he would be like after that. It just would have all been fixed if it was an Elseworld story. I could have bought it with this Elseworlds. A little side note, I think I just forgot. Oh, the Joker is the kind, his alter ego Joseph Kerr is the kind of guy who, he wants to pretend he's back in the 1940s, and he calls all the new stuff that comes out, the new music, the new movies all crap. And I know this is subjective, but I absolutely hate people who are like that, and so I was like, no, I don't like this guy. So I actually ended up liking Batman's part of the story better. I thought it was interesting to see him be revived and to remember why he's going to try to save Gotham from the slum it is, and that there is redeemable qualities that Gotham has. I found that side of the story way more interesting, and I didn't expect that. And I love the ending of the book, of how Batman's basically back on his feet and ready to get back into his entire fight. So I'd rate the book, unfortunately, I might have to give it a 6 out of 10, or maybe a 7 out of 10 at best. Or maybe even a 5 out of 10. I'm going to go with 6 out of 10 because I just was a bit disappointed by it. It would have been a lot better if it was Elseworlds. And I can understand why so many people hold it in high regard, because it shows us a side of the Joker you never get to see. But I can also understand why many people would just want to forget this story and pretend it was never in continuity, because it really does destroy the if you accept this as in continuity, it completely destroys the mystique of Joker's character. So that's my review of Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Going Sane. If you've read this story, tell me what you think about it in the comments. Or if you haven't read it, go check it out and then come back and tell me what you think about it. Thanks for watching.